grab these green blossoms. Roll on down. Now, this build can be a little tricky depending on how good they are. So, a similar nature, should be able to get got him down while he was next to the barrels. There's one more enemy, go that way. I don't know if he's going to come out and like to hit him with that other barrels, but he just might not be happy. We got this one instead. Just circle around. Grab the stealth key. Now we don't mark it. See? Grab our Estus jar. Don't want to miss out on those. Alright. So, 100% physical. As you can see, very easy to block, circle around, get backstabs on enemies. As you saw though, when we blocked that attack, we did take quite a bit of damage to our stamina. Now, obviously, high enough stamina, this isn't going to be a major concern, but it is important to note that when you're blocking, if your stamina goes all the way down, your character will be put into a guard range state, where at that point, he is vulnerable to a run past this as well. If you're worried about enemies chasing you from here, as soon as you get on the elevator, you'll be able to beat anything that's following you away from accessing that elevator. Sitting on top of you. Pick up our running times. And this is the shortcut that I referred to back at the beginning of the episode. So as you can see, now we're in a full circle. We are all the way back at the start. We're right up here. There's our little archer guy. A couple of quick rolls to avoid the dogs, and we are back at the bonfire. God, these dogs are brutal. No, it will not be my first death. I refuse. Oh my god, the dogs are the first death. Just like Bloodborne, man. Gotta hate those dogs. Either way though, I mean, we made it all the way through. And unlike Bloodborne, for those coming from that, in Dark Souls, when you die, your souls are just dropped in a pile on the ground. They don't get sunk into an enemy. So from here, this was the last bonfire we rested at. We're fast. We're going to travel back to the high wall of Lothric, which is the first bonfire for this area. We're going to pick up our souls, and we're actually going to wrap up right here. From here, we have a couple other things of interest in this area, and then following that, we have our second boss of the game. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode detailing out the high wall of Lothric. With that in mind, we'll catch you in the next part when we knock out the boss. What now, Alshon? Now our souls, we've been putting everything into strength. I'm actually trying to hit 24 strength as a requirement on the Butcher's Knife, which is a weapon we'll be getting a few parts from now. A very good 8-scaling strength weapon. So from here, we are going to travel back to the High Wall Lothric bonfire. We're going to take that shortcut that we ran to at the end of the last episode, clear out some enemies in addition to taking down Big Blue. We'll take out some of the Lothric Knights, go speak with an NPC, and then take down a boss. So I think this episode will be a little bit shorter just because I would like to save the Undead Settlement for the next episode, but more than likely we'll do the very start of the Undead Settlement and at least get to the second bonfire into it, which is kind of the real start of the settlement if you kind of understand what I'm saying. Like the first bonfire we reached was a couple of kind of open areas, and then the second bonfire is where you really start getting into the thick of the settlement. So from this bonfire, we're just going to go down. And we can basically ignore these enemies if we're quick enough. Going to roll on through. Our elevator is still waiting for us, of course. Now, I did forget to use my my Estus shard. You could go give that to Andre, get one more Estus. I don't think I'll need it, so I'll use it before the next part. Quite a few enemies here. Very easy to get overwhelmed if you're not careful, so do keep that in mind. I'm going to grab the green blossoms from here. I'm going to go down to the enemy right here. And now we're going to go up this way. Grab the large tool. Curious if this guy would have actually followed me or not. Looks like he did. And we're going to make a jump to reach this. So leave yourself a little bit of running distance. There we go. Make a sacrifice. Kind of lucked out there having the free plunging attack on that guy. He can actually drop that halberd. So keep that in mind if you want to use some rusty coins. Pump up your luck a little bit with those rusty coins. Get a better chance of getting that to drop. That being said, I'm still fine with using the axe that we have. So if we go back here, we will get our rapier. So like dex build. Good old thrusting weapon that you can now have at your disposal. Just another ember. Now, if we run right here, just because up until now, we've been tying everything together, and I want to keep you guys aware of the kind of state of the world, if you will. If we climb up this ladder, now I'm not going to go all the way up, but I'm going to go up and kind of show you guys where we are at. We have an enemy chasing me, and this is the area right here with the archers. If you remember, we were kind of at this area before. Okay, fine, this guy's going to be a dick, so it looks like I am going to go up. Thankfully, that guy dropped out of the way. No! And off we go. So that particular area with the ladder there, before we went with the knight and got the key, that's actually where we would go to continue on. As I said, we're going to actually, since we do have the key, we're going to go get the NPC first, because I did not do that in the last episode. So we'll go to the tower on the wall bonfire first. We'll grab the NPC, and we'll just take that path naturally towards Big Blue, possibly get the halberd off of him.
I found this viral LED mask. First, it came with a red light therapy helmet. Both devices are doctor-backed and clinically proven to work. Their Iristar Elite helmet uses red light therapy to penetrate deep into your scalp, which helps you go back to skin. People with androgenic alopecia have been amazed with the results. And a clinical study showed that 100% of users experience hair growth. The Illumina face mask uses 3 light levels for fine lines and wrinkles.
I don't actually know the names of those enemies. I think Big Blue is quite fitting because they're rather large and they are blue. I mean, the load times aren't that bad on console. They're not like pre-patch Bloodborne bad, but they definitely could be improved. Anyway, so from the high around the Tower of Heart bonfire, we're going to go. We're going to actually see that benefit of the shield right there. Managed to just completely shut down that attack and circle around for an easy backstab on that enemy. So, running through this area very fast, this guy's going to try and throw fire bombs. Now, they hit you, it's not that bad, but as you can see with all these barrels, exploding barrels are not fun to deal with. Especially when you get hit, it is very easy to end up getting just outright killed by exploding barrels. 50 nail breakers. Right on down here. Remember, there's one more fighting about. So I can mix in there. Anyway, so we'll run over here. Use the celery on this vagina. We're going to hit the quest. Here's the ring. He's now going to go back to the area. Another ring you picked up, just to talk about, is the ring of sacrifice. Now, rings of sacrifice, basically, you have that on and you die, you keep your souls, but the ring breaks. Now, if you're going into an area and you're really worried about losing souls, it's not a bad option. Since my souls are on the line, continuing up, I can use that ring, and then if I die, instead of the souls that I drop disappearing, they won't. They'll still exist. That's the equivalent of me. Instead of dying and dropping a new soul pile of 230, I'll just dump. So the original pile of souls that we're navigating down will still be available. Just going to run past these enemies. If this right here will respond to that in mind. That's big too. Up ourselves up. And there's our souls right about where we died. Alright, now before we do get out and take this, we are going to buff up here. There's the end. What are you? I'm not seeing this guy, he's huge. There he is. Big loop is down. Still haven't covered all of them. That's okay though. Now, just to make your life easier, circle back around and hit this guy. Last thing you want is him sitting here and throwing firing bullets at you. Sort of a trousers. Now we're going to shield up for this next part. These guys can get quite hard. If you're able to carry them, that is easily an ideal option. We're also going to put on these throwing knives, just pull them apart and place one knife at a time. Little small throwing knife. There we go. You have an attention. This one seems to be slightly different. There we go. Now he understands where we're at. He should come over to us. We're going to pull him up here, just so that way the other knights don't get involved. Come on, keep going. Get over here. Follow me. As you can see, these good old blocking backs have back here working very, very well. As we clear out these knights, you can actually get a fairly nice shield off of that. One of the better shields in the game, in my opinion. This is actually a shield I use the bosses in the game. So I would consider actually the hardest bosses in the game. It's 100% visibility. Very good light as well. So something to find if you can get a good job. Now that I can actually talk about them and find them and really get that job. And of course, the fire techniques, all you have to do is just go right at the bonfire, that will cause all the enemies to respond, and then from that you can just come back down and let the chance to move. That crossbow, it's actually pretty good to snatch up now.
A stove.
Have requirements for stoves and do the requirements for crossbows, but you'll notice up the corner, my weight ratio down instead of 7. Now, you always want your weight to be below 70%. That's very, very important. In this right now, I have a fairly sliver bowl. Now, just for demonstrative purposes, if I was to put on something that puts me over that threshold, you can see I have a much punchier rope. This is what we call back rope.
Let's ask a guy who outdoor some wedding. Like, I don't get degrees. And because I sweat a lot, I like more. Some kind of suit with a special fabric called Pure Flex that keeps you cool. Is your name?
On the other hand, if you were to get very light, leaves us up below 30%. You notice we have a very far roll, even more fluid than before. I think it is 30%. Now we've still got super fast rolling. Go up one. All right, now we're down to normal. So maybe 40% is the threshold there. Let's see. Yeah, so 40% is likely the threshold, so fast rolls. But, I mean, fast rolls are nice. Normal rolls are fine. We certainly what we picked up. Decent weapon action use this for a large part of the Let's Play series. One more knife to go. Now this knife's a little bit harder to prevent. Same tactics we do up until now. Do still apply. You're very careful to actually walk all the way behind not close enough for that, except that's okay. Still got really good damage into him. Now, as you can see, he has red going on. So that's the big thing you want to look for, basically. Anytime you see an enemy, its eyes are glowing red, it's going to be a bit harder to kill.
I am Emma, High Priestess of Lothric Castle. Allow me to speak frankly. You do not find the lords of St. they have left, gone, to their journey village, converging the gates of this castle. Head to the bottom of the high door, forge on through the great gate, and raise this banner to proceed. This fine gift is for you. It is the insignia of an old covenant. If you fear trespassers, dark spirits driven by the embers, then etch this on your hearts, and be only conquered with beckon evil being sentinels to hunt these foul spirits.
So that is the first covenant, Way of the Blue. To put on covenants, you simply go right here, and you can freely equip it. Now, the Way of the Blue covenant is a good covenant if you're just starting out playing. Basically, the way the Blue works is if a red invader comes into your world and you're part of the Way of the Blue, anyone who's part of the Blue Sentinels can be automatically summoned into your world to defend you. So if you are playing online and it's your first time going through the game and you're scared of other players, which is understandable, Way of the Blue is kind of like a safety net to help protect you against invaders. Now we're going to Ember up. In general, there's two things I want to mention about Embers. Because Embers can be used for a full heal, I like to save Embers during boss fights and pop them right before, or pop them in the fight after I run out of Estus, just for that, that last chance. Let me heal a full, because I think I can beat this guy. On top of that, because Embers are kind of expensive to buy, and aside from that, the only consistent way to get them is farming the Abyss Beasts. I usually prefer to save them for that exact reason. That being said, with an empty state hub like we have now, you are able to see summons, including NPC summon signs. So keep that in mind as a trade-off. You're going to be going into a boss with a little bit more health, but because we are already in Ember state, as you can see right here, we can summon Swordmaster into the world. And this is the guy that dropped the Ichigo title for us. So it's great. If you could save it for a full heal, or you could use it to summon into the fight for the system. So we're going to be using as many NPC summons as possible during this playthrough. And strictly, we are going to use as many NPCs and not players, because I want people all to have the experience that can be replicated by Now, this boss has two main phases. When he gets around 50%, he will begin charging like a bad dog. You can block his charge with your shield, but once they lose the roll, it's not easy. small window to stop here. We got our axe up and take our heel down, and silver and stop it. We can get this on. And now, start wailing against this guy. General, giant balls is almost easy to get underneath them. They both, for example, it's very quiet. It's a little bit harder for him to get kind of inside of them, come right down. Because he's done quite a few attacks with this. One thing good about this boss fight is this guy has to be there above his talent. That's the problem. As he needs to do damage, he will build up something that's known as a draw spike. And again, you get draw spike. So they come to elements, maybe this labs and outrage. Sword masters can get that on. They get up and get something that
There is one in this ancient. Okay, he's probably being trained at Dead Right anyway, so I don't even fucking care about that.
We're going to plot our shield here, play it a little bit safe. We've almost got it dead. Alright. Start to charge again. Wait for the charge. Roll out of the bed. Draw the flash. Attack. Go in. It's free damage. Like that. Focus now. So a little unfortunate that Sword Master has to sacrifice his legs there, but it's better than this, right?
Let's get my AHL contract signed right away so I don't have to fucking worry about losing anybody.
Sometimes still I'm playing multiple characters and one character that I started making a deck go on just for the build videos. So as that's coming along, depending on the process, this character and that one will kind of interchange to get started. So that here is long enough. So raise the band. See how long the limit is. There's one great thing about PC. If you see this literally most games, raise the banner, raise the custom. Beautiful how having it is.
Right, the odds of fail is something extra. That's what I see right there.
Nintendo Switch 2. Joy-Con controllers that attach in a snap, and a big, vivid, high-def screen. Play games using each Joy-Con 2 as a mouse. Chat with friends and family.
And we have got that so I'm going to kill this spot fire. I'll look here over this way. Grab your soul. And then actually we're going to get second spot fire in this area. Before we wrap this video up, because that's kind of like the great start of that second.
Maybe next time.
I'm going to get those souls for free momentarily. There's going to be some dogs behind this part on the head, so just get ready to fight. And we have our skulls. Now, our skulls are very, especially the first picture of the game. You throw them down, and they will attract certain types of. We'll get back to it for every enemy. But certain enemies will kind of run over anything that's like a hollow, the dogs, dead skeletons, things of that nature, you'll run over to it. Accept his service. You'll roughly dialogue options. In the actual Let's Play series, of course, we didn't do that, but because this is...
He was just not being traded.
Good guys, best way. Something here. Same time, trying to keep the death scene a little bit shorter. For the most part, we're going to be burning the dialogue as we have it come to now, and letting you guys enjoy all the dialogue and the girls, the Lord, and all the playthroughs. So, with that last one, just we do it back there. Here. No, back up. Slowly this stomach. Just go both the game. Okay, for us to do. Alright, this is the actual one itself. Here we have our bonfire, public back here. I have actually the content for that selling here. Every time before I make one, I go back through to watch the Let's Play to remember where all of the negatives and important things are. So at this point, now we reach the actual settlement. We're going to travel on back to Firelight Front. We're going to spend some souls and we'll get things fixed off and get the next episode.
Welcome to True Scary Stories. Today we're diving into the eerie world of haunted castles. From the film corridors of Scotland's Edinburgh Castle to the cursed ruins of Hangar Fort in India, these ancient fortresses are filled with mysterious legends and ghostly tales. Ready to explore the science and history behind these haunted places? Let's get started. 1. Bran Castle, Birmingham. Welcome to Bran Castle, often referred to as Dracula's Castle. Situated on the border between Transylvania and Wallachia, this medieval fortress has become synonymous with Bram Stoker's infamous character, Count Dracula. However, the true history of Bran Castle is even more chilling. Built in the 14th century, it served as a strategic military outpost, but its fame comes from its association with Vlad the Impaler, a brutal ruler known for his ruthless methods. The castle is rumored to be haunted by the spirits of those who met their king's revenge in his hands. Visitors have reported hearing footsteps echoing through the empty corridors and seeing ghostly apparitions in the dungeons. The eerie atmosphere of the castle, combined with its rich and bloody histories, makes Bran Castle one of the most infamous haunted locations in the world. Second, Himeji Castle, Japan. Himeji Castle, often called the White Heron Castle due to its elegant bird-like appearance, is not just a symbol of beauty in Japan, but also a site of tragic folklore. One of its most famous ghost stories is that of Kiku, a servant who was falsely accused of losing a valuable gift. As punishment, she was thrown into a well on the castle grounds where she perished. Her restless spirit is said to haunt the castle, and on quiet nights, the eerie sound of a Kiku coming place from the well can be heard. Reaching 9 before breaking into a wail of despair as she searches for the 10th missing dish. The story of Kiku has been retold in numerous plays and films, adding to the mystique of this majestic yet haunted fortress. 3. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Perched high atop Castle Rock, Edinburgh Castle is one of Scotland's most iconic landmarks, but it's also known for its haunted past. With a history stretching back over 1,000 years, the castle has seen its fair share of bloodshed and tragedy. Among its spectral inhabitants is the lone piper, a ghostly figure said to play its bagpipes through the castle's darkened halls. Legend has it that he was sent to explore the underground, but vanished mysteriously. His music, however, still echoes in the silence of the night. Other paranormal activity includes sightings of ghostly prisoners from the dungeons and the spirits of French prisoners from the 7 Years' War. The chilling tales of the castle's haunted history continue to draw visitors seeking a brush with the supernatural. 4. Chillingham Castle, England. Chillingham Castle, nestled in the English countryside of Northumberland, is widely regarded as the most haunted castle in Britain. Built in the 12th century, this castle has been the site of numerous battles, executions, and brutal imprisonments. The most infamous ghost is the Blue Boy, believed to be the spirit of a young child who wallowed alive in one of the castle's rooms. His spectral cries and the eerie blue light that sometimes appears around the fireplace have terrified many visitors. Another notorious apparition is that of Lady Mary Berkeley, who roams the castle searching for her faithful husband. The chilling atmosphere and rich history make Chillingham Castle a hotbed for paranormal activity and a must visit for the ghost enthusiast. 5. Fleet Castle, Ireland. Fleet Castle, located in Ireland, is known as one of the most haunted castles in the world. Built in the 13th century, it has a gruesome history filled with betrayal and murder. The castle's most notorious ghost is the Red Lady, a spectral figure who roams the halls carrying a dagger. It is said she was imprisoned in that tragic accident in the castle walls. Another terrifying entity is the Elemental, a malevolent spirit with the stench of rotting flesh, believed to be conjured during an occult ritual. The castle's bloody history and dark energy have led to countless reports of ghostly sightings, making the castle a spine-chilling experience for those brave enough to visit. 6. Monte Cristo Homestead, Australia. Monte Cristo Homestead, located in New South Wales, Australia, is often dubbed the most haunted house in the country. Built in the 19th century, this grand home has a tragic history marked by numerous deaths. The most prominent ghost is that of Mrs. Crawley, the original owner, who reportedly never left the house even after her death. Her presence is felt in cold spots and a mysterious heavy atmosphere in the former bedroom. Visitors have also reported hearing disembodied footsteps, ghostly whispers, and seeing the apparition of a young child believed to be one of the many tragic souls that met their end on this property. The Monte Cristo Homestead is a chilling reminder of the past and a hotspot for paranormal activity. 7. Mangar Fort, India. Mangar Fort, located in Rajasthan, India, is a place shrouded in mystery and legend. Known as the most haunted place in India, the fort is infamous for its cursed history. It is said that a wizard fell in love with the local princess and cursed the entire town after she rejected him. Shortly after, the town was destroyed in a violent invasion, leaving it abandoned ever since. Visitors to the fort have reported eerie sounds, ghostly apparitions, and an overwhelming feeling of dread. The government has been banned entry into the fort after sunset due to numerous reports of paranormal activity. Mangar Fort remains a place of intrigue, attracting tourist seekers and paranormal enthusiasts from around the region. 8. Chateau de Brissac, France standing tall in the Loire Valley. Chateau de Brissac is known as the tallest castle in France and home to one of the most famous ghosts in the country. The Green Lady, as she is known, is believed to be the spirit of Charlotte de Brissac, who was murdered in the castle by her husband after he discovered her infidelity. Her apparition, with gaping holes where her eyes and nose once were, is often seen wandering the castle in her main dress. Her moans and wails echo through the halls, disturbing guests and residents alike. The haunting beauty of Chateau de Brissac, coupled with landscape changes fast. Yeah, transformation drives growth, efficiency, and accessibility. But with it comes challenges, complexities that lead to vulnerabilities, tech stacks that leave operation teams drowning in data.
9. Dragsholm Castle, Denmark. Dragsholm Castle, located on the Danish island of Zealand, is home to a trio of famous ghosts: the Grey Lady, the White Lady, and the Earl of Bothwell. The Grey Lady is said to be a friendly spirit, possibly a former servant who helps guests feel welcome. The White Lady, on the other hand, is the tragic ghost of a noble woman which imprisoned and died within the castle walls. Her sorrowful spirit is often seen wandering the grounds. Lastly, the Earl of Bothwell, once a prisoner here, is said to rocket through the courtyard in his ghostly carriage. These spectral inhabitants, along with the castle's rich history, make Dragsholm Castle a prime location for ghost hunters and history enthusiasts alike. 10th Pajama Castle. Slovenians are said to roam the castle, especially in the secret passageways he used to escape his enemies. Visitors have reported strange noises, the feeling of being watched, and even seen a ghostly figure himself. The eerie, isolated setting of Pajama Castle, combined with its tragic history, creates an atmosphere ripe for ghostly encounters. 11. Lucian Castle, Austria. Lucian Castle, located in Salzburg, Austria, has a dark history tied to the witch trial of the 17th century. Known as the Witch's Castle, it was the site of numerous executions during a period of intense witch hysteria. Today, visitors report unexplained noises, cold spots, and sightings of ghostly figures believed to be the spirits of those wrongfully accused and executed. Some even claim to have seen spectral wolves and other creatures roaming the grounds, adding to the castle's ominous reputation. The haunting presence of Lucian Castle's tragic past continues to draw those interested in the supernatural. 12th Austrian Castle, Czech Republic. Austrian Castle, located in the Czech Republic, is one of the most mysterious and haunted places in Europe. Built over a massive pit that is believed to be a gateway to hell, the castle has no strategic value and was constructed more to contain whatever was within to defend against invaders. The legends surrounding the castle include demonic creatures, half-human and half-animal, emerging from the pit. Today, visitors report eerie experiences, such as sudden temperature drops, the feeling of being watched, and even sightings of strange creatures. Lucian Castle remains a chilling reminder of the supernatural fears that gripped medieval Europe. 13. Burghaus, Germany. Burghaus, a picturesque medieval castle nestled in the hills above the Moselle River, is also home to a number of ghost stories. The most well-known is that of Agnes, a young noblewoman who died defending her honor against an unwanted suitor. Her ghost is said to appear in the room where she was killed, sometimes reenacting her final moments. Visitors have reported feeling an unexplained sadness in the room, as well as hearing the sounds of the struggle and the woman's desperate cries. The beautiful yet eerie atmosphere of Burghaus makes it a fascinating destination for those interested in history and the paranormal. 14. Ballygally Castle, Northern Ireland. Ballygally Castle, located along the coast of Northern Ireland, is home to the restless spirit of Lady Isabella Shaw. Locked in a room by her husband, and eventually falling to her death, her ghost is said to haunt the castle, knocking on doors and appearing in the turret room where she was imprisoned. Guests staying at the castle have reported hearing inexplicable noises and feeling sudden chills. The hotel even has a dedicated ghost room for those brave enough to spend the night in the presence of Lady Isabella's spirit. Ballygally Castle's haunted reputation makes it a unique and intriguing place to visit. 15. Dover Castle, England. Dover Castle, often called the Key to England, has stood guard of the English Channel for centuries. But it's not just its strategic importance that draws visitors. The castle is said to be haunted by a variety of spirits, including a headless drummer boy, the the ghost of a woman in red, and a soldier who appears on the battlements. Strange noises, cold spots, and even ghostly apparitions have been reported by visitors and staff alike. The chilling atmosphere of Dover Castle, combined with its storied past, makes it a prime location for those seeking to experience a piece of England's haunted history. Thanks for joining us on this closest tour of the world's most haunted castles. If you enjoyed these spooky stories, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Let us know.
This is going to give you better results than one that has much fewer LG invasive values.
I'm standing. The number one smoke-out red light therapy device that Brian Johnson don't die from it. With 500 medical-grade lasers and LEDs that
What is happening, guys? Cowboy here, and welcome back to the DSV Master Walkthrough. So, with the gun room dead, as I mentioned, we're going to head back to the fireman's shrine, get the elevator, and there are a couple of important items that we want to acquire from it. So, before you do anything, make sure to spend your souls. At this point, eventually the sums up to 600 vitality and endurance, getting the folks up once you kind of hit that threshold. This is actually the point to like really start investing in these weapons, and it's nothing too outrageous. I'm obviously not going to invest in weapons and resources yet. It's 38 strength is pretty far away. But anyway, after you have spent your souls, go on down this way. And the first thing you're going to do is on to the fire keeper. Ask her to reinforce your Estus class. Now your Estus class is +1. Now, I'm going to kill Walter. The reason I'm going to kill Walter at this point is because I want his ring. However, if you do this, you will miss out on his side quest. You have to do his side quest if you want to get his arm, which is a pretty slick looking arm. That being said, his side quest is a huge pain in the ass. He'll end up actually killing the fire keeper, and then he'll end up invading you a bit later in Orlando, along with a bunch of cronies. You need to kill them all via this invasion event, and then bring the soul back, give her soul back, and then fire the kindle. It's honestly just a headache, so I'm just going to kill his ass instead. Now, we're not going to fight it because that would be too much work. What we're going to do is we're going to kick him twice, right? Right, golf ball. So he's dead, because we got 10 souls. No red clips and amen. Now, anytime you kill something and it kind of falls off the cliff, if it's a guaranteed item drop, you can do this trick to get that right. Humanities and the ring of favor and protection. Now, it's very important to note that you can never take this off. You can, but it breaks when resisted. So put it in the slot, that's your new permanent ring. Honestly, there is no reason to not use it. It's your health, your stamina, and your equipment mode. Without question, it's probably the best ring in the game. You can see this over my house. The helmet is missing. That's the increase I got just from this damn ring. It's a whole extra pouch. Freaking crazy. So anyway, moving on from here, the next thing we're going to do is acquire something known as the Roasted Red Iron Ring. The reason we want to get that is going to be for a later area. Basically, this ring will allow us to run through areas that have uneven footing, areas of water, whatever the case is. So, we're going back on that side. Jump on the elevator. And then jump off. Now, you need to get onto that ledge. Go on up. If you want, you can actually. Yeah, I think you can do this. Here. I think I was supposed to grab that select during the first run here in Thailand. Forgot about it, but whatever. It can always be the same thing. Except this time, we are going to make our way over to the front. Oh, so do this, no big deal. So, drop down, drop down. No skeletons. Turn around, grab that while we're up here, I suppose. You can ignore the weird snoring noise. It's an NPC that will show up later. Don't worry about that for now. We're going to try something curious if it's changed to the from 30 to 60 FPS. Alright, we got still little more. Now just hang out for a bit. I suppose it's worth mentioning that you can actually drop items into that map, and it's not able to trade out for things. It's a pretty large list of items that you're able to trade in. To be honest, I would suggest just pulling up the menu site, because there's so many items you can trade. I'm not going to go into all this video. Anyway, now we're back at the asylum. And we're going to come back here again later, but we're coming down a little bit early just to get the ring. Even though these guys look like basic hollows, they will just come back to that bonfire from the floor. If you walk into the floor relax, it's like another kind of like the asylum, but a hell of a lot stronger. We don't want to do that right now. We got a black thing on the head. We're actually not going to fight this guy just yet. What we're going to do is just block and get past him. We're going to bring him this way. Good stuff. Follow it. Here's our buddy Oscar. However, Oscar is now a pump. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we can get the Black Knight to basically kill Oscar for us. You don't have to do that. You can obviously, yeah, there's an Oscar. Oscar Tommy. Oscar's stuff. Dude, come on. You need me to bend you over. Alright, I'm going to try and make Oscar come out here. Oscar's not particularly hard. It's to have a nice. Alright, Oscar. Alright, there we go. Now Oscar's out. For Oscar, it's fabulous. Notice that we just block and kind of position ourselves. Next swing will take care of Oscar for us, so we don't need to worry about that.
God, ouch.
So Hospital's going to drop the fresh shield, which is very nice. We're going to head up this way, and Lord is there again. Wait a minute. The fresh shield was actually nice to have this early as well. Looking at the fresh shield, it has 80 magic defense, so it's going to be one of the main shields we use throughout quite a bit of this playthrough. Mainly just because it offers some excellent magic resistance. That's the second highest magic resistance in the game. I remember correctly. The only one being higher was Apple's Bridge Shield, that has some very steep requirements for use. Right there, you can see just how, even though they look like basic powers, you can see just how much damage they were able to do. Stamina. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we'll open that with the key that we picked up. And now we have the rusted iron ring, which is what we want. Now that we have that, this ring, wrong way, just my ring. Now that we have the rusted iron, we're basically going to head right on down. Let's see. How's it all, man? Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go this way. I was going to say we could use a homework zone to get back to the bonfire, but it's not exactly a hard run. To be honest, I'd rather save our homework zones for time where they're actually going to be needed. Once again, be careful not to run through the floor, kind of right where you see that note. So, the floor with the lattice. And to be honest, you just don't want to fight the boss. Kind of get on the way. Oh my god. We're going to be coming back here later to actually fight the demon boss, but right now at least, with this one a little bit on the that's actually that's not true. We are grossing the level to try and fight the straight in right now. So we need it maybe. What's doing right now? Help us. So anyway, once we are back to Fire Lake, oh no! Oh wow, did I? Wow! You're not supposed to fall like that, but I did, and I survived. Hell yeah. So anyway, from Fire Lake, you want to make your way back on the bonfire. Obviously, got some souls. Go ahead and spend them. So we're going to get vitality up to 30 right now. Next, we're going to be going after Havoc. So, what do you think? The fastest way to get there? I think it's going to be this one. This is probably the fastest. Actually, no, you know what? No, yeah, this yes. So anyway, we're going to go after Havoc right now. This is going to be another instance of backstab fishing. You can try to parry. I would not recommend parrying, because if you whip the parry, it's going to hurt. Like, if you try to parry a Dark Knight, you failed, you felt that hurt, you don't even want to know what it's like to try to parry Havoc with that. It's like, ooh. It's a big ooh. Anyway, it's not through this stuff. At this point, you should have enough vitality that you can basically just run through the bird
without really giving two shits about what's your tank. Now, I am going to go the ladder round. This round can be a little bit risky if the dragon is still alive. However, you can either go this way or you can go through all the different. Basically, we need to get back to the tower where we fall apart. So whichever way you want to take, if the dragon is here, the best thing you can do is just fall max as fast as possible. And sometimes it'll instantly kill you. It really depends. If you get knocked down, you'll be okay. Because if you're knocked down, you'll have temporary vulnerability and you get finish the run. If you end up getting like staggered in and get locked in, and then you get killed. So it's kind of tricky. But otherwise, it's just take the normal path, run back over this way. The reason we're doing this now is because we have the master key. Alternatively, we don't have the master key. Maybe they make them better. They didn't say they were messing family places. That was it because not showing up. But if you don't have the master key, instead you have to get the on tower basement key, which you get later after the upcoming boss in the episode 2. We have to have to take out spare time to do this because the ring we're going to get will be very nice.
Walmart.
Silverwood, simply ask.
There he is. So battle is pretty slow. Shouldn't have a lot of difficulty getting back at that. These two-handing as well. Trying to bury it. Sure, I tell them it's been so long since I've done Dark Souls. I'll give you data, but I'm pretty sure you can't bury it. Dark Souls 1. Not 100% on that, but getting back to that is how it works. I'll have one house then I'll have any smaller come out, so let it be back to us. Apple's dead, and Apple's good. Great thing about Apple's ring is you can go to stacks. Zero those in 72 right now. Apple. It's huge. Alright, let's go ahead and open this as well. This will lead you down to the Hydra. We're not worried about doing this just right now, but we'll be coming back by a bit later. So anyway. The next thing that we're going to want to do here is actually focus on getting the fragment upgrading on the weapon. Now, obviously, I'm not just going to record farming anything this much over again. That's the silly. And already dead, you could just not work on back, or once again, go ahead and run your way back. Archers, here in a probably should be able to hit you. Once again, the dragons here, just sprint on past to get into that stage 7. Right now, we're actually going to be making our way back to the
the bonfire that was right above 100, because we're going to be having him upgrade our weapon. So for now, just fight your way back towards that bonfire. We'll want to climb up to the Titanite. Alternatively, that's useful to buy the Titanite plates, some souls. I would honestly just want to because it's going to be, it's not great, it's terrible, getting the Titanite. And you'll get souls as well as the Titanite. So level up and get your weapon. In particular, I like fighting the ones that are a little bit closer to the bonfire. So this is a decent amount right here that you have quite a few units as well as the archers. So decent population to kill. Certain things are going to be easier since it's the second time here. In particular, notice that the big BDP Boy Knight, he is no longer here, and additionally, the Chancellor is no longer here. But in general, you'll want to kill smaller knights and regular armored hollows. Like I said, I like using this bonfire. Alternatively, you could use
oh my god, fuck, really?
Undead Parish. Basically, we're just going to kill enough things to get the Titanite. Upgrading a weapon of choice. As I mentioned back in the first episode, my personal reputation of looking up that quality path, going for the flame because it is an excellent choice. It just can't go wrong. So we're going to go straight for this weapon.
Well, that's a small fucking outfits for two first rounders. This year and next year's.
2 Titanite shards, 2 Titanite shards, and then 3 Titanite shards in this weapon. So, 2 that we have dropped already, we still need another 7. So it'll take a little bit of time to farm those up, but I'd say you dedicate maybe 30 minutes. Alternatively, as I mentioned, you can buy them from Andre. They're not that expensive. I want to say 500 Titanite. Yeah. So this is going to be the next bonfire. We're going to
After cooking a delicious chicken cheddar broccoli recipe, you want it? Delete all your delivery apps. Because nothing beats a perfect combo of sweet tomatoes and sweet silky zucchini. In my taste, Scottos. It's not fast food, but it's good. Thanks for making what it makes sense. Welcome to our spine-filling journey through the top 15 haunted abandoned farms in America. From ghostly apparitions to eerie legends, these abandoned farms are steeped in mystery and haunted history. Join us as we explore each location, uncovering the tales of those who still linger in the shadows. Are you ready to face the spirits of the past? Let's begin. 1.
Fucking oldies.
Once part of the Oddfellows home complex, Belvoir Winery in Liberty, Missouri, holds a chilling past. Originally serving as a farm, orphanage, hospital, and elderly care facility, the property is steeped in mystery. Visitors have reported eerie encounters, disembodied voices, shadowy figures, and the unsettling sensation of being watched. The spirits of orphans and former residents are said to linger with books creaking open on their own, and the faint laughter of children echoing through the hallways. The on-site cemetery adds to the haunting, with sightings of apparitions in old-fashioned clothing. What seems like a peaceful winery is in fact a place where the past refuses to rest, leaving visitors with more than just a bottle of wine. They leave with chilling memories of the spirits of their living.
Wow. Too many abilities. Fuck you.
Bellwitch Farm. Next on our list is the infamous Bellwitch Farm in Tennessee. This location is steeped in folklore, having been the epicenter of
Too many injuries make great. Fuck.
The farm is known for its spine-chilling history, where the Bell family claims to be tormented by a mysterious entity named Fast. Over the years, reports of ghostly apparitions, strange noises, and unexplained phenomena have drawn curious visitors and paranormal investigators alike. Some say they can still hear the whispers of Kate and feel her presence among the ruins of the old farmhouse. As you stand on this land, you can almost hear the echoes of her laughter and the cries of the Bell family. The Bellwitch Farm remains one of the most haunted locations in America, and many believe that Kate's spirit still protects her territory. Would you dare to visit? 3. Hickory Hill Plantation, Virginia. In the heart of Virginia lies Hickory Hill Plantation, a once thriving estate that has now become a ghostly reminder of the past. This plantation is said to be haunted by the spirits of enslaved individuals who suffered greatly under the harsh conditions of plantation life. As the sun sets, many visitors report chilling encounters, phantom footsteps echoing through the hallways, disembodied voices pleading for freedom, and shadows moving in the moonlight. The old plantation house is a haunting sight, with its decaying walls and overgrown gardens, making it a perfect backdrop for ghostly tales. Some believe the spirits are seeking justice for their tragic past, while others simply want to share their stories with the living. This abandoned plantation stands as a testament to history, inviting all who dare to explore its haunted grounds. Will you listen to the whispers of the past? 4. Garden Light Farm, Arkansas. As we travel to Arkansas, we uncover the mystery of the Garden Light Farm. Known for its eerie glowing orbs that dance through the fields, the Garden Light is a phenomenon that has baffled both locals and visitors for decades. Legend has it that the light is the spirit of a railroad worker who met a tragic end, and now wanders the tracks in search of its lost lantern. Standing in the darkness of the farm, you may find yourself captivated by the flickering lights that appear, seemingly guiding you through the night. Visitors have shared stories of feeling a chill in the air and hearing distant whispers as they search for the light. Many leave with a sense of unease, as if they have been watched. The Garden Light Farm offers a haunting experience that blurs the lines between reality and the supernatural. Are you brave enough to chase the light? 5. Bragg Road Farm, Texas. Next up, we venture to Texas to visit Bragg Road Farm, known for its ghostly apparitions and eerie history tied to the Civil War. As you wander through the overgrown fields, stories of ghostly soldiers and mysterious lights will captivate your imagination. Locals often report seeing a glowing figure traversing the landscape, believed to be a soldier searching for something lost in battle. The sounds of distant cannon fire and ghostly whispers often fill the air, sending chills down the spines of those who dare to explore this haunted land. The haunting ambience of Bragg Road Farm not only brings history to life, but also invites you to confront the unknown. Are you ready to walk among the spirits of the past? 6. Waverly Hills Farm, Kentucky. In Kentucky, the Waverly Hills Farm stands as a chilling reminder of the past, just a stone's throw away from the infamous Waverly Hills Sanatorium. While the sanatorium is well known for its ghostly residents, the surrounding farmland has its own haunting tales. Reports of mysterious apparitions and unsettling sounds echo through the land, linked to the suffering that occurred during the tuberculosis epidemic. Many believe the spirits of those who perished still linger, searching for peace. Visitors have claimed to see shadows moving in the twilight, feel an overwhelming sense of sadness as they tread along the land. Waverly Hills Farm offers an atmosphere thick with history and haunting energy. Will you heed the call of the restless spirits? 7. Ghost Hollow Farm, Ohio. Ohio is home to the eerie Ghost Hollow Farm, where unsettling experiences await. This abandoned farmhouse has become infamous for its ghostly inhabitants and chilling occurrences. Locals report disembodied footsteps echoing through the halls, flickering lights and strange cold spots that seem to follow you. Legend has it that the original owners never left, their spirits bound to the land. As you explore the dilapidated buildings and the surrounding fields, you might catch glimpses of shadowy figures watching from a distance. The air is thick with tension, and you can't shake the feeling that you are alone. Ghost Hollow Farm is a chilling destination for those who seek the thrill of the supernatural. Will you dare to uncover the secret? 8. Devil's Backbone Farm, Texas. Next, we head to Texas to discover the haunting of Devil's Backbone Farm. Nestled in a notorious area for its supernatural occurrences, this farm is infamous for ghostly sightings and unsettling encounters. Locals speak of shadowy figures darting between trees and an eerie silence that hangs heavy in the air. The history of the land is steeped in tragic tales from the Civil War era, where lives were lost and spirits never found peace. Visitors often report feeling an inexplicable presence surrounding them, as if they were being followed. As dusk falls, the farm takes on an otherworldly atmosphere, inviting those brave enough to confront the unknown. Will you venture into the heart of the Devil's Backbone? 9. Gettysburg Farm, Pennsylvania. Our journey continues in Pennsylvania, where the Gettysburg Farm serves as a haunting reminder of one of America's most pivotal battles. The farm, once a battlefield, echoes with the sounds of the past: phantom cannon fire, distant cries of soldiers, and eerie whispers of those who fought for their beliefs. As you walk through the fields, you may encounter apparitions of soldiers lost in time, reenacting their final moments. Many visitors have reported feelings of dread and the overwhelming urge to turn back, as if the land itself holds a memory that is too painful to bear. Gettysburg Farm invites you to step into a historical nightmare, where the echoes of war linger. Are you prepared to face the spirits of the fallen? Old Cahaba Plantation, Alabama. In Alabama, the Old Cahaba Plantation stands as a ghostly remnant of a once bustling town. Now a ghost town, its abandoned buildings and overgrown fields are home to restless spirits from a forgotten era. The haunting tales here are deeply intertwined with the history of slavery, loss, and the struggles of the town's inhabitants. Visitors often report hearing soft cries and feeling a heavy presence as they wander through the ruins. The atmosphere is thick with sorrow, and many leave with a profound sense of unease. Old Cahaba Plantation remains a chilling destination for those drawn to ghostly legends. Are you ready to uncover the secrets of this abandoned plantation?
You know, the majority of IT pros underestimate the length of the Microsoft 365 migration projects, 90 months on average. With such complex environments and tight deadlines, you need a satellite solution. You are in the 365 migration on full block. With SharePoint Migration, thanks to designing this and reducing classes with accelerated migrations and unlimited data transfer. Software with workbooks running parallel on multiple machines. Plus, with any migration projects, shipping is covered from classes to adoption. Migrate faster, transform smarter with SharePoint.
Thanks to Freedom Mobile's affordable plan, Sam's not worried about getting a great connection at a great price. But he is worried about a different kind of connection. Oh, Sam, you can't help with that.
11. Many believe the spirits of those wrongfully accused of witchcraft still haunt the area, seeking justice for their untimely deaths. Visitors report feeling cold drafts and the sensation of being watched as they explore the remnants of these historic farms. Strange sounds and ghostly figures have been seen flitting among the trees, making it a chilling reminder of the dark chapter in history. The Salem Witch Trial Farms serve as a haunting reflection of the past, inviting all to listen to the cries for justice. Will you heed their call? 12. Fairview Orchard Farms, for its tragic past. Once a vibrant farm, it is now a haunting landscape where the spirits of its original owners are said to linger. The tale of the murder-suicide casts a dark shadow over the land, leaving behind an unsettling atmosphere. Visitors report feelings of despair and an overwhelming sense of sadness as they traverse the orchard. Many have encountered ghostly apparitions appearing among the trees, often described as sorrowful figures seeking solace. Fairview Orchard Farm invites the brave to explore its haunted grounds and confront the spirits of its tragic past. Are you willing to listen to their sorrowful tales? 13. Borden's Farm, Rhode Island. Our journey leads us to Borden's Farm in Rhode Island, a location forever synced to the infamous Lizzie Borden. While the Borden house is a renowned haunted site, this abandoned farm adds another layer to the chilling legacy of the Borden family. Visitors often report ghostly encounters and strange occurrences, believing the spirits of Lizzie's family are still seeking justice. As you wander through the dilapidated farm buildings, you might hear whispers of the past and catch glimpses of shadowy figures moving about. The eerie silence is punctuated by the feeling of being watched, and many people with unsettling sense of unease. Borden's Farm stands as a chilling reminder of the family's dark history, beckoning the brave to explore its haunted grounds. Would you dare to uncover the truth? 14. Amityville Farmhouse, New York. In New York, the Amityville Farmhouse is large and full of haunted lore. Known for the infamous Amityville horror, the nearby farmhouse carries its own chilling stories. Visitors often feel a strong sense of dread as they approach the abandoned structures, reminiscent of the dark events that transpired. Many claim to experience cold spots, strange noises, and a feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. The area surrounding the farmhouse is thick with energy, and some even report seeing ghostly figures wandering the grounds. Amityville Farmhouse serves as a haunting reminder of the horrors that once unfolded, inviting those brave enough to confront the darkness. Will you face the shadows that linger in the aftermath of tragedy? 15. Sunshine Mills, Alabama. Finally, we arrive at Sunshine Mills in Alabama, an abandoned site with a haunting history of hardship and loss. Once a thriving mill and farm, the area is now a shadow of its former self, haunted by the spirits of those who toiled under difficult conditions. Visitors report strange occurrences, objects moving on their own, ghostly figures appearing in the windows, and a heavy silence that envelops the land. The spirits of workers who suffered and lost their lives here are believed to still wander the premises, seeking recognition for their struggles. Sunshine Mills offers a poignant look at the past, blending history with the paranormal in a hauntingly beautiful way. Are you prepared to step into the unknown and hear the stories of those who labored here? Thank you for joining us on this haunting exploration of America's most haunted abandoned farms. Each of these locations holds stories of sorrow, mystery, and the supernatural, inviting the brave to uncover their secrets. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown,
Sounds good. Good. Started off. Sorry, I'm late. Oh, yeah. Bill, my brother's from another mother then. What are you doing on this fine day? What the hell? You're doing amazing, Bill. Even though you're surprised. That makes the feeling feel damn right it does. It's really start to get along.
Oh, yeah. Took out Super Rock the list of 50 really short. Sounds good. They're playing on the Eastern Force. Right on it. They're playing the game home. They're taking the colors of the state. Look up there. And like that. Look up. Oh, thank God for that. It's been a minute since we've done. What the hell? Donovan, come on, Donovan. I will. I never said how about I start saying it's looking promising. Okay, that wasn't that bad. That was absolutely gorgeous shot there. Thanks for the startup. Now everybody. How did you get out without I'm surprised. Still thought you were. I don't think it's so good.
Oh my god, wow, we managed to shut down the Anthenoiders. Nice.
It's only the first hole as well. Nice job for the game, Skip. You remember College Bill? Well, that was good job, Bill. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for the you got this job. Thanks for it's fine. They'll be fine and figure it out. I don't want you to hype me up too much. I think I got this in the back. I can't You definitely limited the damage. I need to do the same thing here. You got the bonus. It's looking good. Let's go. Thank God for that double. For real. Good job, Bill. I knew you would be fun. Thanks for the support, Bill. I appreciate it. That was in the past. You guys want it to be cool? Time to do some drills. Come on, Joe. Don't get that nickname for this game and set the drill. I'm looking enough to hear for them to play Lions. I didn't know I was flying up. That's what I'm going to get. Nice job. Hope the rest of the business is so good. And I will do the same. I think I'm going to go. I wish you good luck. Everyone's taking the chance. I have to do that. What close is going to take this year? I bet you I saw about this down all of it. I bet you I know this thing that is good. Yeah, what the hell did you say?
Not much.
That's a good reset to have, Joe. For the virus is gone. What? That's a very nice shot. Let's go on video and finish the whole thing. That's definitely the start of the ball. I'm just trying to replicate what you guys did in the third quarter. I'm not trying to mess anything else. That's a solid strategy. Once again, another amazing shot. I guess we have to stay down the side. All right, so that's a good copy of the good. So either way, nice one. This time down, so see what John said. I'm just the same thing. Damn it! That was best job of shot. I know that. Now you're going to take it 2 more times to fix your head. I kind of forgot to do this, George. You just want to try it. Don't allow me to do this. It could have been good. Just pop off. It's no bad shot, George. Nice. That's good. I love it. It's compliment me. What the hell? Thanks for showing me how to do this. No problem. No, I didn't want to do it. So that was definitely a nice shot. Yes, sir. You've got to finish up this whole thing. I'm just going to be on next to the business. Don't let the close things up to this down. We should do it like this. So fair enough. Don't let this stop. Then from the front pad and third down. Hold on. What's the order this says? How the hell did that happen? Sorry, you have to do it. That's the guy. I got to order it. It's not right. It's not right. 7 minutes left for the second. It is. I don't think I did. Nice job, John. It's a good thing. It's the next year. Don't be scared. Watch the best of this. Looking from that's definitely a good job. Hey, nice one. A lot of already happened. Well, I guess that's what happens when you have 5 people playing. Yeah, that's true. This is what's called the most important problem of the game. Okay, I honestly don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do. Stay calm and keep observing the things.
Donald, you got it. I'm not really sure what to do, so I guess I'll just keep straight. Once again, Donald, you're being the labyrinth. Whatever it is, it's a great one to overcome. I don't think you're supposed to fall in the hole. Well, I guess I'm okay with this tournament. Let's see how you all approach it. I will approach it like my best to approach it. Let's try there. I think it's supposed to go in between the ropes from where the long comes out. Yeah. So I think I'm going to angle myself to a position to do so next time. As an analysis, decision makes for my best. Here we go again. Hey, look, I asked you to put up on me. You ever been tired of doing this constant people out here? How the hell do I mess that up? That's tough luck. But to answer your question, all along, it has to be on. The judge said it was expensive. Okay, so it's the best for real. I'm waiting for you. Well, that's what I guess to say. But we're not having to fly. Anyway, something different. Yeah, everybody's just setting themselves up for the next thing and still suggesting. So you're the first one up to try it, John. Let's see what you got. You already know what I got, Joe. I'm thinking on. Let's talk about it. I'm going to put up power. That's unfortunate, John. But at least we're still in the early parts of the game. I can't argue with that logic. You're going to be more focused on the game, John. You're definitely better than that. You're dropping through the bill. Thanks, guys. This is pretty straightforward. You can't be serious, George. Everyone, shut the hell up right now. Joe, you're doing okay. You're not motivated. Every time I log on to play, I just want a nice and competitive match. Trial the drama, huh? I'll give you all that bill. Let's just focus on the game. I don't know. So sorry if you made me mad, Joe. You'll be good. You know what? Get it. I'm not going to talk about it. As long as you're okay, Joe. I got you guys. Nice shot. I don't know, I guess the defense on the good side. Just by the going after that, I don't know. Oh my God, what's up, Bill? You're looking down. They won't be able to contest the first place. Big back. Just stay with me. I got you, Bill. Let's see how you approach this next game. It's not a big deal. Come on, Joe. Let's look at one. Come on, Danny. How is that not slowly doing the thing? After some way, I couldn't control the film. Bill. You'll be okay. Just stay calm. Thanks for that, Doug. No problem. But how in the hell did Bill wrong? I don't know if that's because my phone had up like that. You seem like you're in a situation. So I didn't ask you for all I was good. How about you watch the people who are like this now? I start from the left. That's the way to keep the bleeding. Okay, this time I'm definitely going to look for power. What the hell? Sorry, but it's just I can't miss the game right now. Every time I try adjusting turn after turn, it just feels like the game is trying to carry over the environment. It definitely is. Right? But even then, what's up? There's a good player for the game. I know this is all right. Just shift that. That's the complicated. So it's usually not an angle now. It's just a one. Not that far. But I keep it. Okay, not bad. That's definitely. Get up there. I totally down. I don't know what. This game. I can sense you being tilted right now, though. That's because remember to stay calm. Everything will be okay. Barack, are you thinking what I'm thinking? The inhale instead of that, when we play focus on right. What now? All right, what's up? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Okay, when you feel the better. Don't be a hater. It was worse for them. And that's all. I think I got that again. Great job, man. Nice job, Donald. Not a bad shot. Yes, sir. That's all you do, man. Thanks to the few others who can be competitive. We all got the same results. Let's go to so far. Definitely looking good for the back. Which one, gentlemen? enough. It's still like Joe said, fair enough.
So I got a close to that baby.
Was that okay? That's no decision. Updated. All right, Joe, between and back to the good luck.
I could have used a little more power.
Hold on now. Let's go there. Should I use that?
It's going to be real best.
It's all done with my own now.
That's a good job.
Thank God I was able to get up.
That's good. Level out 56. Back. It's up with the best on I got better suggestions. Feel like I'm the only one
We'll be okay, Joe.
whatever you guys say. All right, George. Back to you. You're watching the next video. Stop it.
Hard to mess that up. Nice job, George. Some way, somehow. It happened again.
That's good.
This is super annoying when I'm trying to get through again. I understand. Nice job, John.
That's exactly true. Make it stop and I can't forget. Will you shut up and keep himself on top of the leaderboard because that's how great it is.
All right, George Johnson. You're not making the others happy by constantly doing this meat running. Get a grip of yourself. Focus on the thing. All right, John. Just a new host. Focus on that. I got this. Looking good. It looks like it's like on the other side of the court. You know what to do next time, Joe. Fair enough. We got this, boy. Hold on. Not make the same decision. That's the 50% turn doing. I would be glad to do.
It's technically still moving, but it's still in the ball, but it's big stuff. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Don't get guilty. Okay, don't be the next one, Joe. Great job of not giving up on the play.
How about the best? Every job is done. I think if you do that, and also not even, I'm just like so experienced on this. Brain work and whatever. That's an interesting comparison. That's something.
Yeah, I'm not going to show them. I'm trying to get third place.
You're in a good position to do so. I want to get to this up.
I don't know about that, sir. Give it to Ron. Hold on, he can get back on the course.
Jump in garage. Jump on the gap. Just jumping up and
Yeah. What the hell? That's what I'm talking about, boy. When you're eliminating the back and access. I'm the one who will complicate steps. Yeah. Do all that. Regardless. The Los Angeles are going to pick up on it. And I can as well. Right. I'm going to find you to complete the hole with a couple of turns in over here. You're not the only one, Donald. How are you going to respond to that? Well, thank you. The time comes to go. The budget to the other side. And I'm going to come out of the bus. Okay, so the hell I'm doing. Hey, you're doing this. Okay, it's okay, Bill. Now you know how much power to put in next turn. Yeah, I know. I definitely know. I just wish I had done the right to do it. So I can get close to doing something. What is good, Bill? At least that's what I'm making all the cool. Listen, once again, I don't need to hear what you're doing. You need to hear it. How about you sit there quietly and think about this? I would love to. Okay, all right, so watch the basic shot right here. That was a club shot, John. Close the door, you make up that deficit. If you do 20 bucks, are you watching this best team? How's that shot? Okay, I didn't have to. I asked my best team. Good shot. Okay, you bounce back to the third here. That's just how much power you can take. I think I got it. You definitely got it. Nice and Bill. My best team do something like that. You realize you have a position fun. That's the section that you're going to take. Anyway, I'm sure it's like nice one, Donovan. I feel like a lot happened. Nothing surprising here, ladies and gentlemen. Papa Joe is still on top. I figured I was down more, but I'm still very much.
My bestie and I are both at 19 together. That's how you know we're besties. What's the move here, Donald?
Literally just moving in like this is the move. Solid approach. I can't think of a better approach than this.
And once again, please don't look the whole bit a little bit more straightforward and easy than some of the other ones.
Okay, so fair assessment, George, but the job is not finished. Exactly. I'm just going to take the same approach as Donald so I can hold on to my first place lead. Once again, Joe.
What about
another solid approach to the hole we've been watching to see. Thanks, Phil. No problem. I wonder if anyone will approach this hole differently.
I'm approaching this differently. Wait, what? Watch your best.
What? That wasn't a good shot. You
gotta be enemy for trying something different though, right?
There's a difference between being different and being stupid. Jesus Christ, Bill, you are absolutely cooking right now.
For real.
Give you a nickname.
Oh, I got one.
Do I want to give you?
Beautiful Bill?
Hell no. That's my nickname. How about Banging Bill?
What?
You know what, Joe? I actually really like that nickname. What do you think, Bill? Yeah, I'm cool with it. Let's go. I'm Banging Bill, Bill.
That could have an entirely different meaning, but I guess I'm okay with it. I still think Beautiful Bill is the best one. Nobody asked for your opinion, George. Do that. I'm allowed to express.
Nobody gives a damn for what I said earlier, huh? What happens to less drama and focusing more on the damn game? This is just ridiculous. Well, I just completely screwed things up by putting barely any power into that shot.
I think Joe distracted you, Donald.
Don't even start with me. I swear to God. Don't let George get to you, Joe. Yeah, that's my. Just relax and keep on doing what you're doing, okay? Yeah, Joe. Just keep up your good play. Right. You once again had another good shot in turn.
I can have a good turn too. Let's do this, boys. You should have done that last turn, but better later than never, I guess. I realize now that it was stupid to do that last turn.
Ain't that
after all? That's what my bestie said. I'm just going to focus on my turn.
Thank God for that. That's literally all I asked for.
I could use some good luck here.
It's looking promising. Looks like a good shot, Tom. Come on, keep going down.
Let's go in, right?
Let's go on. That's what I'm talking about, boys. The Abominator is back. They definitely made up for last whole day.
Bestie.
I got to eat this. I have no other option.
Wow, that's so good.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, I'm honestly at a loss of words at this point.
Sorry, dude. I had no other option.
You're okay, Bill.
Okay, like you, Barack.
What's up?
I'm going to put in the same amount of power.
Looking good so far.
So that's exactly what happened, John. Yes, nicely played.
That's definitely one way to make up for your shot last turn.
I guess this hole is pretty straightforward, like George predicted.
That's all I do out here, boys.
I still need to complete this hole.
Just do the same thing as Donald and I. You'll be good. Let's do it.
Please don't give me a bad news. Dang it!
That is super important. For real, it's got to be a time. This game is trying its best to ruin my bestie's chance at winning this game.
At least I could salvage some part of that turn.
That's true.
It's on to the next one. Nothing new here, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought
Papa Joe is still on top after 6 holes. Yeah, I need you guys to screw up if I want to get back in this game.
Well, this hole also looks pretty straightforward, wouldn't you guys say? Damn it. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, Joe. You're throwing out here, Joe. Oh, really? You had a lead all game, and I can feel it shrinking.
It's one bad turn game. Flush it off, and you'll be able to treat it, Bill.
All right, let me show you all how it's done.
I'll be the judge of that.
There are multiple paths to this hole, huh? Yeah, there is.
No surprise
But
there.
according to my plans, I will complete the hole up in 3 turns at most. I think the same can be said about us too, George. Not Joe, though.
Well, I'm still winning, so I think I'm okay.
Yeah, what you say? It's just the fact, though. Let's take a moment, though, to emphasize how much of an amazing turn my bestie just had.
Amazing turn, you said, George?
Yeah.
How do you do this sort of line?
It's a pretty average turn if you ask me.
It's definitely a step in the right direction. For real. Nice one, John.
Hey, George. What's up, Barack? What about my turn? Is this also an average turn? Oh, that's a terrible turn. What? You hit my best.
Can you seriously just stop entertaining this BS like, holy crap?
What the hell?
Stop! Serious stop and being bumped. Joe, are you doing okay? I feel like I'm at a breaking point. What? Drama here, drama there, drama everywhere. Just play the damn game.
Well, I will gladly do just that by progressing closer and closer to the hole. I'm sure we'll all do the same thing as you, George. There's nothing special with that turn. Not Donald, though. He's in a bad position.
Only because Joe bumped my ball. Anyway, keep talking. It's my turn to replicate what George did.
What an amazing shot, Dusty. You know what? What, Barack? I don't want to piss Joe off more, so I'm not going to say anything.
With all due respect, Barack, shut the hell up. Excuse me, literally said the same thing just a little ago.
100%
You were
true.
on your word anyway. So anyways, what's up? Joe bumped my ball elsewhere. I'll still complete the hole in the same amount of turns as you all.
Except for Joe's case.
Why do you guys keep saying it like it will matter in the final score?
Because it will. How do you figure that, Joe?
It's not rocket science.
Oh, really?
One of our focused players is Bill and I by far. That's true. Keep meat riding. Bill and Barack and Donald are getting annoyed and pissed over your meat riding. Guys, before you respond to Joe, I had one thing to say.
What is that exactly, Bill?
Joe is 1,000% wrong. We could more, Bill. If you guys focus more on the game, you wouldn't be losing right now.
We're not losing by 100. You know that, right?
Yeah, for real. We're still in the game. Yeah, whatever you guys say. Let's just move on to the next hole. I'm over this.
Well, everyone is beating you out in the score from this hole, Joe.
Yeah, I screwed up my first shot badly, but it's not going to happen again. That's a good mindset to have. It's on to the next one. What does the score look like anyway?
You're down by $1 million.
Like hell I am.
Does it really matter at this point?
There are still 3 holes left. Don't get cocky now, George.
Well, this is an interesting looking hole. Oh, it definitely is. I wonder how you'll approach this, Donald.
I'm just going to head to the right here and try using this ramp to beat over to the other side. Not a bad approach, Donald. Nice.
I can show you a better approach, Dusty.
All right, it is yours. Let's see it.
What exactly are you going to do here, though? I'm just going to do this.
Wait, what?
He's actually doing it.
It's looking pretty good so far.
That is how I do it, boys. Take some notes.
That's a pretty good shot, dude.
I love it when you come.
Nice way to set yourself up.
Yeah.
For your next one.
Talk more.
Barack, damn.
You wish you could be you, Barack. It's not easy being someone like me.
It's okay, Barack. It's only one turn.
Thanks for that, Bill. Let's see what you got.
Well, that was pretty anticlimactic. Ain't that the truth? Just got to keep it simple like you done.
What about me?
Am I right? Oh, you're definitely right about that.
Yeah, I'll just take the same approach as you guys.
Smart.
No need to try something risky when I have to leave. Sounds like you're a scaredy cat. I don't care for what you have to say. You should. I'm in first place.
Okay, let me get this shot real quick.
Looking good.
Nice one done. Thanks, Bill. You set yourself up in a favorable position
I can
for
do
your
that.
next turn. That's for sure.
Let me show you a beautiful shot, Dusty. I think it's too much power. That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What did you think of that, Dusty?
Not a bad shot.
Why in the hell do you have to ask for Bill's opinion every time?
See, that's what I'm saying.
What are you talking about, Joe?
You literally just said you wouldn't respond to George's meat riding because
Seriously?
he's right. You literally did just that.
Oh, yeah. Oops.
It's not worth it.
That's true.
Joe, let's just continue focusing on the game. Definitely, Bill. And I see you with that solid shot. Nice one. Can I get some credit?
Now you're the one acting like George.
I'll give you credit. Let's go. Thanks for showing me the way.
Yeah, I feel like you've been the lab rat on most of these holes, Donald.
I think so too, but I'm King Donald, so I can overcome it.
Donald, you're literally in last place.
Don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. Jesus Christ, I was super close to getting it in the hole this time. Regardless, though, Joe,
What's up?
we'll complete the hole up next turn.
Are you sure about that, Beth? Here we go again. Bill was low suit and choking his lead during these previous
Can
few
you
holes.
stop distracting me, George? My shot was terrible because of that.
Oh, so now you're blaming me for that garbage shot?
Yep.
No surprise there.
Come on, Donald. You can't get distracted by George. Yeah, I know. Just do what you got to do. Your piece. You and Barack stop giving Bill and I BS. What do you mean?
How many points in? You're not looking good, Barack.
That wasn't the right call, Barack. You should have played more safely. What George says, but you guys do it anyway.
What in the world did you just say, Joe?
You know what? I'm over this. I'm not taking this disrespect.
What?
Hurry up and finish this damn game. I'm so over being interrupted. And I'm busy, you know. That's a stupid drama. Happens every time I play. You guys really want to lose. You didn't really
Joe, sorry.
calm down. Don't tell me what to do. Just go to the park. Just play the game.
I like to just see myself over the just a voice in me. Can I listen to mine? You think I don't know that? I don't want to get that.
Well, it's 4 done.
What's the score then? I said it's just that we got an exception of hope today. Yeah, supposed to play.
That's why I did it. George did what the Bill and I considered come on, Bill. For those of the guys who have been
Exactly. That's the good stuff. Literally, you know, talking about. Say what you want to say, but Joe does not have an angle either.
what in the world does Joe have to do anything with your situation?
Did you guys forget that he's in first place, Bill?
That's true.
What he does?
Well, King Donald hasn't even gone yet. Fair enough. Let me do that first before you say that. So bring up everyone and yes,
It's been played like this earlier.
here we go again.
I'll be honest with you, really focus about doing this show. With the constantly running, running thing after the sort of coach. That's what I need to focus here. No, you're going to coach this team. I'm making sweat and best with it. I'm just going to do what the hell? Don't worry about Carlo. He just beat his own and get it. Come to see them. That's all skill. That third place row. It's like a team that you're able to do. So now this is what I'm doing. If you seriously get it, serious. How much time that's not something. Don't do your head down. It's on to the next thing. Very good. It's not bad. Until we get a place in the central. Hell no. I bet you got to that was just super. I'm not no surprise there. That was just a bad I need to put less power in my stuff. Well, after seeing Bill, I have to have the proper ending. That's true. And I have to put in a certain amount of power later so I can advance up the platform. I will 100% agree with that. It seems like we're all in the same mindset. But I would be the first to complete this whole. What is good? I'm getting good enough. You're quite sure it's going to do. Where the hell is the ball going? You can't be serious with it. All that I said is, you really going to do my parents for getting first place. You were never going to get first place anyway. Hey, don't do the first place again. Be real. Get to the first place. Thanks, Bill. You're up next. So this time I'm going to put it in policy. Hey, God, that's you know, you look at the first place. I'm going to give that time. Don't be able to do it. Get that down. Get right, I did. That's what happens. I'm back and come to see start up on next match. Here, that way. The floor will be tight and clear. It's true. It's a complete race. Watch the best of it. Look at those that. Regarding the floor. Imagine being riding ice on there for half an hour just for them to hear their team play and get like that. Okay, I'm supposed to be out there. I don't know about that one. Wait, what? What do you mean that? You're not seeing the perimeter? I was just about ready to get this down. So, you don't have to be okay. You love it. Thanks, Joe. Oh my God, thank God. That was stupid, but I didn't make a sense of it. I didn't tell you to stay. I was definitely stuck there. So what the hell is there to do? I had to do something. Bill probably should have respected everything. I also think it was somebody not to Jonathan because that's all the big guys. What the hell about that? So you guys are going in? Still just many stars. Still first place. You will be corrected. There's going to be extra getting the whole season. Okay, that's supposed to be.
Oh my God.
So now I have no clue what the skill is. I don't know. Does anybody have an idea? First place is your second place skill.
Anything can happen, Joe. Watch me.
Okay, everybody, that was the good thing.
Now that is just about what's over now. Like this is the part of the company that this thing. I got to stay for last time. What was that going to do? Don't stop us. We want to stand on that time. We'll stop it down.
Okay, so it's just about to finish the next one already. What the hell are you talking about?
Even though you finished way before, you still have to be in that place.
I guess we'll see about that.
Tell me the truth. Well, that's all right. You're still in that place. Okay, but I think the both of you guys, I have to get this. It's pathetic. You see this is cutting your heads all game long. You guys are competing against each other. Absolutely. Don't you think that's that is not the best?
Yeah, whatever you guys say.
I'm still on the whole thing last. Tired of the thing is good.
about better than done. So I guess they get. I like to see that. I think they don't like to see the business. For real. Good luck with that. You need everything a little bit. Well, I think I had a good time. In what world? At least I didn't end up like Donald. Okay, I have to admit, what's up, Bill? Trying to give a little bit of sanity. Okay, Bill, come to me. You want to try something great? I love it. Give it away. And so we, at least I'm giving you guys this. When you hear the way you said that, it's really kind of impressive. There you go. Well, thank God you missed that bill. I'm trying to be fair. Right to death, Bill. I know what you were trying to do. It's all the information. Bill, be calm. Sure, Bill. Wait, what? Don't have to go through calls. They just, okay, it's a nice job. I'm the one that held it back. For real. I'm the drop and velociraptor. You don't have to do what you just say. Damn it, Barack, you're distracting. We'll do it another by looking at this video. That would be why. We'll do it just non-stop distraction. Just down here, you can say that story. You gotta do all this. What? What's the same thing is happening? How the hell did that thing? I don't know. Of course, there is small everything to fall into. The same exact thing happened in the sales of all right, I need to finish things off. Set it up. You can focus up here to finish things off. What's on to it? How I actually have a little bit of that before that. That's what I do. Just so you know, it's not like this. You don't have to get to know it in the first place, Joe. Don't wait to have a for me to know the hell we got about Joe. Hey, there's a bit. That's not that, Joe. Don't get too comfortable. It's okay, Jim. Let it go. You know what? You're here, so let me just get you right. Damn. So you're literally one stick from golf with your third. Damn. Damn. Okay, that's enough space right for a while. I want to put it in before I go. There's more specifically I've been practicing all day long. Like never listening to focus on your stuff. I don't want to feel like you guys crazy. That's not doing. Try to make you guys stop. If you guys ever do it. You just pop that off. Oh, no. You guys really get to think about how this like this. I don't know. You told me that it's all finished. You go to do the helmet. Get it out of your system. Okay, it's up to the game. So I'm going to put it on. I'm going to get it up. So that is not like that for it's pretty to produce. Nobody could have that's what happened right now. Here's the price for it. You almost fell off the 10 guns. You didn't. I got to I literally have no clue if it's there for still, but I would never have it. Do all this so you can still have a group of people so right. Tired of thinking, trying to charge the living. The sound of doing you have. Well, if I put my best of us, then I will be fine. Still, you should go to the back door last time. I swear. You go to the other end, go up and let it. You ever listen to what I did know that I just did. Yeah, I think they're hard to get this understood. That's an added effect of the whole job. Good luck, Bill. Thanks, Bill. Hold on. Let's go. I guess it's here. Finish us off here, George. I got the variety. Got to say the best for last time. Should have done it like that. And like expected, I got to put it like, George, I was wrong. But hello, you guys. What's up, man? Joe, we should get stuff for you. I thought it was on the side. I should have did it. No way to think. The Joe stuff is, and that's probably not right. But you do so that Joe doesn't want Trump. There was Trump. Joe doesn't want to feel disrespected. He was disrespected. Try to think about what he really said. The same thing with me. Joe, what's up? I said I want you to calm it down. Into this business. Think about these things and then the next time we look at it. Okay? We'll keep that in mind the next time, Bill. We appreciate it. No problem. I'm going to catch the guys when we can tell him to do me. I'm heading out to the easy like always. Every guy can. God. Just entertain that. I was supposed to have been for the guys. With everything. I hope you feel better dating things. Until then, boy. It's too big. Hey, that's what
What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome back to the next series that is on deck for us. This is a guy that has long been asked for by quite a few of you. That is right, it is finally time for our walkthrough of Bloodborne. Now, I know a couple of you are probably like, hang on, I swear you did a walkthrough of Bloodborne already, and I actually have not. I've done quite a few playthroughs of Bloodborne, but I never did a walkthrough in the sense of like the Sekiro walkthroughs, or the Dark Souls 3 walkthroughs, where everything is a guided experience, looking at ideal paths to get loot upgrades as you go through the game. When Bloodborne originally came out, my channel was still young, still kind of learning how I wanted to do things, and I did what was known as a gameplay walkthrough, which is essentially just a blind playthrough that just slap walkthrough in the title because that's going to get more views. And in the 5 years that have passed, I no longer do that because I think it is dishonest to y'all. So instead, we are revisiting the game 5, almost 6 years late, but regardless, it's time to give Bloodborne the proper walkthrough and guide that it deserves, especially because now the game is completely free on PS5. If you have, I think it's PS Plus or PS Now, one of them, the game is just free to play, so a lot more people can obviously get access to it than previously. But regardless, let's jump in and get this started. We've been making a lot of progress on the streams, getting everything done, and this should be a good time. Should be a good time. Unfortunately, there are no real upgrades on the PS5. We're still at 30 FPS. The loads are a little bit faster, so that's nice. Anyway, for this build, we are going to be doing what's known as a quality style of play. So military veteran is the ideal starting class here. We have a balance of strength and skill, which is just nice. It's going to let us use a variety of weapons at the start. We already have a weapon that we're going to be going for. We already have a weapon that we're going to be going for that I plan to work with. The Ludwig's Holy Sword, very, very solid choice. There we go, look at the chin. That's the kind of chin I want on my guy. Let's pick some better hair. This hair does not look good. There we go. Love beard. Yes, the glorious patchy beards of Bloodborne. Let's go for this one. There we go. I think that's it. Let's load him on in. It's ready to go. So as I said, military veteran, we're going to be doing this for the quality scaling. The weapon we want in particular is a quality-based weapon. And so just having this starting class will kind of already put us on the path we need for that. We're also going to be skipping through the majority of the cutscenes simply because this is meant to be a guided experience. If you want to see all the cutscenes of Bloodborne, I have, tons of other playthroughs already of Bloodborne on this channel. Then I can put the screen and head down there. I do think the game upscaled a little bit. Personally, I think it looks cleaner than it did on the PS4, but there weren't any notable visual enhancements. So first up, we got this guy. You can kill him if you want or die to him. It doesn't really matter. The bang, if you kill them, you get a couple of bonus things.
After that, always with Canada's Patrick Jones in 1936, this month of the first NHL league.
Let's run around, dive a little bit, get a feel for practice here if you want. A couple things you'll notice is we can hold heavy attack to do a charge, and it'll automatically go off. If you hit an enemy from behind with that ability, you can get a visceral on it, which is like this game's version of cost. So then, with the charge attack, then we can get it. So that will kill that guy pretty easily. So we get a couple extra blood bottles, but that's basically it. That's all we're really getting for killing that guy, because we would have respawned and picked up this bundle and this one and anything. But regardless, open this up, and then since we managed to kill that guy, we just need to go on with this technique. So the main thing right up here. Actually, haven't signed up for that. Let's just go here. Both ones goes to top down. Alright, so back to the Hunter's Dream, as if we had died. We will wake up over here. This is where we can pick up our weapon and actually turn it into progress. Our character will wake up in the Hunter's Dream. There's not much easier moments for dogs out, but you can see the couple things right here upstairs. So first up, we have our weapon selections. 3 weapons we have. This one's basically your strength. This is supposed to be your skill. And your Assault Beaver is kind of balanced, but honestly, almost regardless of what build you're taking, I would suggest the Assault Beaver. The Assault Beaver is serrated in both its regular and sprint form, which means it's going to have bonus damage against beasts. So it's a very, very nice all-around choice. So obviously, you can build the entire game with Assault Beaver. As for your left-hand weapon, personally, I recommend Hunter Pistol. Your left-hand weapon is primarily used as a parallel parry tool in this game. The pistol will be much better at interrupting the enemy if you get that parry, whereas the blunderbuss, it's a bit slower and it's more of like a staggered interrupt. So you may not see the parries as much with the blunderbuss, but if you're unsure, you can use that to not get any staggered. So anyway, you can do that. You can talk to him. He's just not going to say much right now. It's just going to die. Blah, blah, blah. Just, go on after yourself. So you're going to go ahead and go ahead on back out. We're going to go to the first floor sitting because that's where you would have ended up if you had done. So falling in first thing is just going backwards to get us and get some sprinting to those. That's what I talked about. It's blood vial. Now that blood vial, it is basically it's the same as our regular vial, same as your full heal. But plus it also has some small healing. But anyway, blood vial, see it as like an emergency heal. Obviously, you don't need it to stuff we just picked up. We'll fight that word again. If you had died, we'll fight it again once it's not going to be here. But so we have the blood vials over there. We have the bullets that we had already picked up. Blood vials go upstairs, going around to the left. So we'll open this gate. And so over here, we have that. And over here, we're going to be sending this to practice area. So just a little bit closer. What you want to do is tap your left trigger to hit these guys right as they're about strike. So, for example, if I was the guy, yeah, like, what if it looks like, there's no escape, and the weapon's gonna come down and hit you in the face, that's when you want to get your parry on. So, just to show some differences. There you go. See how he was already kind of on the full swing. And this is why we use the pistol. The pistol is very, very fast. Now, if you do it a little too soon, so that, I thought that would have been too soon. But let's say work out. But yeah, so doing the parries, destroy it pretty much anything. So it might take a little bit of practice, but once you get it down, it is easily one of the most powerful things in this game. There's some things that I get later that make those super skill boosted guns. And up until those three, and then we're going to some small pops and then cut out when you're going up and down ladders, you can full circle and go a little bit faster, or to slide down. Then you can get this right here. Now we can go ahead and talk to this guy, Gilbert. Gilbert's going to give us a really bad slip a little bit later, but we can't really do anything with him right now. So go ahead and talk to him, and then we're going to proceed this way. Grab some pebbles. Those two skills were letting enemies out by basically separating them from one another. I'm probably not going to use any gold for them. I'm going to go this. Go this guy. Now, right down here, we can jump down and go that way. Just keep in mind where this is at. We're not worried about going here just yet. We're going to go over this way, get the gold up first. Just so if you die, that's the fast way to get back to where we're going. Guys that have with the shield, so just hit him a couple times to break it, or charge attack, shatter the shield. I'm actually going to discuss the trip up, so I'm getting a lot more RTs for heavy attacks. One of them we have great weapons, so those are possible. Transform the weapon. And it's about every weapon has some type of transform. It doesn't have a transform that has this type of. It's basically going to open up the weapon and allow you to do both things. So, for example, now that we have a very high vertical set, doing the heavy attacks, we have Y6 this, but it's not as fast. Using the Dreaded King, for example, it becomes a whip-like weapon. Using the axe, it becomes a large two-handed axe. Let's get this. Now this way, if we die, we can just slide down that ladder before I get back in. So right over here, this is execution. Now you can try and fight this guy if you want. I don't really think I recommend it right now, just to see if I can get kill out, just to show. Because to fight this guy at this point, you basically have to get the pistols. You're going to two pistols in them. Now, one of the things that's interesting about Bloodborne is when you die, it's a penthouse. See how that's the like with the interval pistols in it? Slide right ahead. Go after this guy just yet. It's definitely not something but just to show what you get for telling them to see 300 something like vials off of them. There's no items in here or anything. So if you're not absolutely confident in your skills, don't worry about fighting them depth. And I noticed we're already almost out of ammo. One thing you can do is one is pat pop on the keypad, and then we'll heal back up. One bullets, basically, just give us some quick shots to work with. But a couple of interesting things as well. So we have our trade weapon, which you can also work that into attacks. So that's a transform back, it's a transform too. Our gun, obviously, for shooting and parries.
Assassin's frying back. Good. Good.
And another thing, when we do stuff like that, to notice that our health bar, you notice our health bar now has a orange part, and that's going to slowly go down. That is part of the mechanic as rally. And the way it works in Bloodborne is when you first get hit by an enemy, if you're aggressive enough, you can hit that enemy back and get back that health that you just lost. And that's the rally mechanic. A better way to show it. So we have a basic enemy. Should have been one guy down here. This is that skill that I should show it. If I can find like a single enemy, I'll show you how rally works. Red lantern, usually NPCs, most of them, they just fight on them. The ones that are important, I'm quite happy. Here next. So you guys have a good example of what the strategy was. So, you can see if I get back, able to get back that coming. That is rally. So basically what it comes down to is if one morning it's really useful for you to be aggressive and kind of put the pressure on the end. With Dark Souls, whereas on Dark Souls, it's, chilling up and playing careful, there's a lot more confidence. And Baltimore aggression is really more states. Very, very good. Just be as aggressive as possible. So now we need to kill all these dudes. We're not going to go just yet. We're going to run back and work our way down the other side. Basically, we need to figure out what we're going to do. Don't have to let it go. We got small pump to the floor, and back down as soon as first came up. Also, notice how the basically swing fire targeting back and forth between enemies. Just kind of more on that. I know the correct. So, I'm just real fast here. Take this guy out. Everyone with his gunners alive, because these guys are doing surprising amount of damage to you with level 1. So back there, there's the full blood dude. And now with all that's the stuff, it's more likely I'm not going to grab that. Now we can finish building up the rest of the essence of the building. Now we'll look up to that, just grab this down by the gate. Alright. Now we are all set. Now if you were to die, the best thing to do, if you want to try and step past, is to take that bar path all the way over to the shooter there. And if everything would sneak out that way, blinding. It's not enough. Which I gotta get back to. So let's see, we got the pole to the top, we grab everything by the bonfire. Everybody gave up finishes. Go out and go there. We'll control the guys that's not there when we're fighting. And then the stacks, so small, like in a spice zone compared to the one-handed versions. I guess technically with both one-handed versions, but you get it. Blood box there. Get that. These are the laughing on it. The laughing on this is out of series before them dropping down here in a second. So what's the laughing thing? Do that. What do we want to do here? Kill some crows. And now we got those first brick trolls you really want to kill with berries. So these guys are really good in practice getting the berries.
Your Alliance Peterson is the game winner.
And you can see, even if you get hit, get off the berry, you're going to get off the round. Torch, grab the Molotov, grab the bloodline. And then there's so many people there. Go ahead, just go right here. This guy really does. Now, we're going to get a shortcut. So we could proceed up this way and find some stuff, but instead we're going to take a little shortcut to the fence. I just saw something going crazy this time. So we're coming over here and murdering all these photos. We're getting showed up, which I thought here is the record. Well, that's after now. So let's take this path. We're going to open that door. Go to the next. The stuff we see here, right now, right where you get this get the shortcut. One that's in here. Well, how we go? Right here. Hop over this bit. You can see the inside man. Now we have a nice, beautiful shortcut. So now we're going to see lots of pros, little straight boxes for the H-dog, about 40 down the path. Okay. So now we'll work our way back into this house, and I would suggest putting on that torch just down just so you can see a little bit better. Pull this up. Let's see, there's a guy sitting here in a chair. Yes, sir. We have the other enemy that follows us. We're going to head up top, and there's going to be a couple more. This is why the torch is the smaller ones. These guys tend to try and ambush you. You can see. So, blue. And here's the last. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and pull where we go. Up. We're here. Now, fighting two of them at the same time might be a bit much. Here, player. For this door right here, you can actually use this to your advantage. So they cannot get through this room, no matter how hard they try. So we can stand right here and just try to heavy attacks. And we'll do this to cover them. And, risk free, stay effective. That's all about yourself up. These are scenarios that we would have had to fight if we hadn't told us what. Oh man, that was a beautiful lost house. Yeah, so if you can pull off one of those, great. You can't, just fight them carefully. We want to save those for our Molotovs, but I will toss one out just to murder all those guys. Grab the blood vials, and this is that path where we decided we were going to go for the shortcut. So, we run down, over there's the stuff. This is a gate that we're going to open up a little bit later. Over there, so we got the cold so we kind of just control. Okay, so we're back here. Step here, where some pebbles and 2 bloodstones. Now, at this point, we could go to the first boss, but we're going to do things a little bit different. For the sake of the player's perspective, we're actually going to guide them to a little bit more of central guide and make it so that we can actually run levels to learn response. Takes a little bit of knowledge of where to go, but it's possible, so we're going to do it on that. So we're dropping down here in this studio. Down. Now the beast men down here, these guys might be a little bit harder than what they're used to, but just like everything else, still this one off and one this one very much for the month. If you're not able to get the missile, it's clear, be more careful. If after fighting that first beast man, you realize you don't want to be down, you don't want to do this, you can just take this ladder right out now. The first we're going to pull the upper beast man, and then we'll go down and upper beast down there. You can see they're not that bad, even like that appearing on this all the time. Five on the ones. Just stand like that, is that? Looks 3. Drop onto this game. Big cold blood. Look at the rats. You can go back here and kill these other rats if you want. See, this is the advantage of having oh, my goodness. So nothing to pick up. That's the reason that just nothing against anything that's I guess starting something on it's like all pieces. So basically just annihilating everything and going to few that kills. And that takes care of all the rats coming down here. Right around the corner. One of these man, I'm not playing programs. They still like shuttles, except it's better.
No, versus Seattle.
One more of these man.
Ooh, wow, so I have very high opportunity, high traffic here. Okay.
This one's a little bit stronger than the other stuff, but still not that much. You have access to the hunter gear, which may not seem like much. I know a lot of people think Bloodborne is a fashion game, but look at those differences. Huge difference in the defense of the gear. So now we actually look like a hunter. We have some proper armor and some proper defense, and we're wrap things. So in the next episode, we're going to take our way with the remainder of Central Guard. There's actually a lot to do down in this story type area, and when it's all done, we'll be able to level up, and then tackle 2 bosses, the beast and Papa Block. It's all there, and give level 1 effect at the beginning, so we were already on to a fantastic start. So thanks for tuning in. I know, obviously, ideas for the walkthrough, as I mentioned at the start, but hopefully with the game now being free for those that have PS Now. Dairy freaking so my brother's name the ingredients that have been passed to me now. But is it good for cooking? Is it good for cooking? Yes. Look at this results of.
could be self-landlord. Excuse me. What is happening? I'm back. So picking up where we left off, we still have the rest of the cities to get to. So we'll go ahead and drop on this corner again. And then we'll drop down again. And we're down at the bottom. And you can see a bunch of little corpses here. If you want, you can use them all top to light this. Then after that, it's just a quick trigger attack. Should be enough to finish them. So these guys are the switchiest. So then you can hear us use small top to basically just solve it up with this. I say much from all sides to upcoming boss. I can toss that one there. Okay, I think that's everything. So next we want to take the ladder up here. So I'll get this one as well. That's all that. And once we get to the top, we have no fence. Corner here, go some crazies, access to the house. Madman's knowledge. So the madman's knowledge, we can go ahead and use this. And this will unlock the ability to level up our insight. The reason this works is typically to get insight, we need to enter a boss in here, and we get additional insight for beating the boss. But by coming over here, we now have our insight. So already we can go on back and start leveling up if we want, which we're going to be doing that a little bit, but we're not quite just yet. Let's go ahead first and then look at this guy. So we got nice skill here. What life is all special? Well, the physics of these names. And then go up this ladder. This will give us another shortcut. I always do that. I always like other Dark Souls in the brain at the gate. Really have to talk to this lady though. It's just a little girl. Just run through and tell her you're going to find her mother. Okay, it's the bridge that's missing. Here you go. I'm going to give you this music box. That music box is going to be really helpful in a boss fight. So this is back where we fought the first bridge roll, right over there. So as a reminder, if you want to go back from this spot, you could roll back down here and go back. If you're feeling okay now, you're not worried about it, let's just keep it aggressive to this point, which is what we're going to do. Actually, hang on, there's another area you could go to, just look at that. Drop down. Go on to this way. Go back. There's another building from here. There's no point in talking for you. We need to send her to a safe place. We don't know what a safe place is yet. So don't worry about that. Instead, go this way. And this stuff. And then over here. Talk to Eileen. Now, Eileen is the hunter of hunters. Now, if you were to try and kill her right now, you could actually get her weapon, which is a really good weapon. But we're going to be going through her entire quest. Eileen's quest will give us some really, really powerful, really super good trade-off games. Now that we've got her, so the hunter must hunt comes from. So talk to her, do that. Again, your hunter's marking the note. We're going to head on this way, and we need to knock these down. This one piece of wood here. Now, I'm going to try to get a phone attack if we can on one of them. So it's really going to be easy to guys and shove it down. If we can, right to the go now. One should hurt one of the bags that are moving around this area. Okay, here. No matter. Let's go down.
absolutely knocked down 2 corpses, some elders killed, all of the units in this area. We're just going to kill everything that's here. Always the premise.